Hi, welcome back to Carina Coen channel. I have made a few videos on Mercarina Oracle Cards, but I just wanted to make an introduction again and a kind of a reminder of the deeper meaning behind the cards and what they can do for you and your life and your feelings and your directions. So when you open up a pack, you come upon 33 oracle cards. These are all with extraordinary images on them, right? There's a lot of color therapy based on these as well. So I will do a couple of readings in this video to give you a start off, if you like, of kind of how they work. And then what you do is you place them on a map. And I'll briefly explain as well what the north, south, east, and west mean. And then the 4 cardinal points on the central point. And then the other mermaids, you can see them, they're the extension, the mer couples. Sort of in a sacred geometry, you can see how the map is designed as well. It's all designed on sacred geometry. And what the mer couples represent are the rivers of paradise. So they are our futures, where we can go if we follow these inner directions with our lives. Okay? That's the principle of Mercarina, is following your inner compass. I'm a mermaid, so I always follow my inner compass. And I also wanted to make sure that people, when you first receive a pack, it's very exciting, and they're in a little pouch, but a gorgeous little velvet bag. You can either have red or black. But don't get confused by the 4 additional cards, right? So there's 33 in the actual deck, and then there'll be the instruction booklet, right? So when you see all this, first of all, you're going, well, where do I start with this? The 2 jokers of the pack. Carina Coen, Isabel Bricknell. So Isabel did all the artwork. I'm the writer as such, that I created all the words and the meanings. And through readings that I can do for you through Zoom or whatever, I can explain the sort of deeper meaning. And I'm writing more about that at the moment as more has kind of come through. And then there's 2 other additional cards, again double-sided. So this I'll read out to you in a moment. This is about the Mercarina wish for the planet and for each of us, and how we can awaken ourselves to this new reality that we're all going through. We have been going through it for some time. It's just that now it's kind of made itself very real in the sort of, if you like, we're coming up to this Capricorn lunar eclipse. It's now making it a lot more real and tangible. So these 4 cards are not for readings. I want to make that very clear. So the 2 jokers of the pack, Carina Coen, Isabel Bricknell, and then the Mercarina wish with the unicorns riding a crest of a wave. And I'll read that wish in a moment. And then there's an extra card. I have actually done some videos on the song, the lyrics, Sea Love. And the other side is some nice facts and notes, sort of like special little words really pertaining to the power of crystals. So I just wanted to make that clear, because it can be quite confusing when you first open up the deck of cards. So Mercarina Oracle Cards. Our wish is for humans to be more aware of just how important the ocean is and its creatures are from a health point of view. They keep our planet alive. Through our senses, and that's all your senses. Think about your sense of taste. Think about your sense of smell. Think about your hearing. Think about your skin. Think about what you see. So it's paying attention to all those senses of everything around you and what makes you feel sensitive. This is a very important time to be more aware of what makes us sensitive and to gently go within and see how you can look after that sensitivity. Or it can make others that are not normally sensitive start to kind of go inward a little bit more, and they might go a little stir crazy, but once they give themselves a chance to calm down into this, they might actually start to see what their senses are trying to say to them. So listen to your senses. Pay attention to them. They're really, really important as to giving you direction. Might sound crazy, but it's not. So through our senses then, we can revive this forgotten mer magic that we once knew. And remember, you're capable of making lasting change, both on the planet, in what we do, in our actions, of how we can make it better, but in your own life as well. So just never forget that you are capable of making lasting changes. Always say that to yourself. It's a very good affirmation. I am capable of making lasting change. Then it doesn't seem so daunting when you're trying to change something. And this is all in despite of what we've done. We almost have to kind of close that door. Okay, maybe I wasn't so nice to that person in the past. Maybe I was really bad about the environment in the past. It doesn't matter. It's done. Let it go. We're in a brand new way of thinking now. We have to really let all those conversations go. All those kind of any negative feelings at all. They will still arise. They'll still come up because we still have to process so much. But things are changing so much now that you can really put a closed door on the past. It's not that it goes away, but it means that you can move forward. So to sustain our survival, we need to sustain animal life, the animal kingdom and the nature kingdom. Okay. So there's more audio on the original website. It's just that it's set up in Adobe Flash, so it may not always be apparent for people to get access to. That's why I'm making these videos. So what you can do with the cards is you just shuffle them yourself. You can do this with, oh, a few came out, so there must be a message in those. So I'm very with the flow. I let things happen. So you're welcome to send me an email, carina@mercarina.com, and I'm happy to set up a little Mercarina Oracle card reading for you to help you with your direction, your senses, your feelings. Here we go. So it's different all the time as well as to how they come out and how they're interpreted. But what always stays the same is, well, until there's a polar shift, north, south, east, west. That's what's really important. Now, this is a guideline. When you start to learn about other shamanic traditions and lots of other philosophies and ways of thinking about the world, you will get like, oh no, it doesn't say that for north. It says this for south. It doesn't matter. This is like a directional. This is like a guideline. And usually you have your own instinct as to what your north, south, east, west is, right? That's what's important. You be your own navigator. So north represents the top of the star. Earth, it's your physical power. It's usually about the northern hemisphere, and it's connecting with nature and grounding. I'd recommend a book called Earthing, by the way. Completion and wisdom. So that's what north represents. South is the base of the star, and that's to do with water, emotions, usually the southern hemisphere. intuition, sacred dreams, and healing. So when you place cards in these places, that's what it means. And the north-south is usually your internal self. That's kind of what's going on with you, your inner world. And then the east and west is the external. That's how I interpret a reading for you as Mercarina. Okay. So west is left of star, and it's about fire. It's about your power of spirit, usually based in the Western Hemisphere. It's all about, it's very indicative of what's going on in the planet, especially this year, but in the last 10 years. It's about releasing the old and embracing the new. So we're going into a phase of purification. So anything that's on the west, when a card lands on that area, and especially going further out when you're going into the Mercouples, it's a very deep purification, okay, because that's when it goes into deep relationships. East is the right of the star, and that's the power of your mind. So that's where a lot of things are started in the mind and rolled out there. And there has been an awful lot of technologies that have come from the Eastern Hemisphere. So that kind of makes sense. But it also represents, how ironic, breathing, new beginnings, illumination, and integration. So what's important with a card that's on the east, you have to see how that integrates, right? So the north-south is usually your inner core, and then the east-west, either whichever way, is how often you're perceived in the world, okay? So again, this is a Mercarina reading. It's like, and I'm inviting you, when you buy the deck of cards, you formulate what feels right for you. Because a lot of other people who do readings, they use the cards in their readings. But this is my guideline of a kind of a starting point, if you like, within yourself. So I've chosen 4 cards, and I'm going to place one to the north, one to the south, one to the east, and one to the west. Now I will be doing another video with the artist hopefully this summer, and Isabel will be able to explain more behind the art and its deeper meaning and its wisdom. She can be a bit cryptic sometimes with how she explains things, but because she's like a poet. She's an extraordinary lady, Isabel Bricknell, and very, very, very immensely talented. So we're going to start off with the north, and we got Mike the octopus. So you can see his 8 legs there swimming about, and you can see the colors. They're very, very healing. They're very, very much about communication. So this is very much today in the north, now, summer 2020. This is about self-communication. Mike the traveling octopus. This incredible sea creature represents the number 8, infinity. I love this song. Mike has 8 legs to invoke this power for humanity and to propel us to the ocean depths. So that's asking you to dive into the subconscious within yourself, right? It says in this card, it's the subconscious within us all, but in reference to you, it's about your own subconscious. So think about what's coming up in dreams, even in daydreams, even just when you catch yourself looking out a window, or that you're like a little bit in another place. Pay attention to that. It might, when you were a child, you're probably told, stop daydreaming. Mercarina is telling you, no, daydream, please. It's quite important. That's when you get some really important messages. So you can either write them down or bring them into yourself, if they're positive especially. If not, write them down and run them underwater. Run the paper and the words underwater, and that helps them to go. So loosen your limbs, loosen your mind to the mystic center of the universe and the unfolding of creation. So as you loosen yourself, as you move your body, as you kind of open yourself up, that really allows things to be created, right? Because remember, North is about grounding as well, completion and wisdom. So let Mike the Octopus open your world to who you really are. Okay, and South, we have a beautiful mer angel being. Look at that. Isabel Bricknell did the art. It's just incredible. So again, you can see with this mer angel, what she's doing, she's in very healing colors. You can see the very light, the light sort of turquoise blue and that like sea green kind of, it's a very unusual greeny blue in the background, that color. And then her coming out of the pure blue, right? And her orange tail and her orange hair. But you can see she's kind of, see she has her hands, hands crossed and her arms crossed. So what she's representing there is a little bit of protection of the crown. Kind of makes sense. But again, it's sacred intuition and your dreams and healing. So it's not so much that you're closing yourself off completely from the world, but you're also protecting. It's like a little insect, like a bee has antenna and it goes out and forages, right? We do that in our sort of materialistic way, but we are going to be changing that, probably not straight away, but we are going to be kind of moving out and kind of finding out, well, hang on, what's really going on in my mind? Maybe I need to kind of turn off the TV. Maybe I need to cut away from the mainstream. Maybe I need to protect what's kind of too much information going into my mind. Okay, so that's what she represents. But she's there also as a protection. It's like the way that we would imagine angels guiding and protecting us. Well, this is a mer angel. So the message of the card is, this symbolic and powerful card represents a transformation that you can create in your life. Trust your higher self in the receiving and giving of unconditional love. This releases a lot of pain and heartache from within you. It acts as a reminder to love all and to heal all without prejudice, never looking for any reward in return. This is all symbolic of the new paradigm that we're coming into, that it's not all about me, and this is all mine, and I want this. No, actually, we all need this. We all need to be taken care of. So it's a reminder that this card is. But it has to start with you, okay? So you have to go within and heal that heartache or heal that pain. But as you're doing that, no matter how difficult it seems, you still need to have the sacred space to love all and to heal all without prejudice, never looking for any reward in return. So the real message is, be as an earth angel to all you meet. Better still, be a mer angel. So we're going to go east. So that was north, south. North was Mike the Octopus, south was the mer angel. Now east we have, again, as I said, the north to south was the internal, and this is the external. So this is why we have anemones. Anemones are what you find in the sea, aren't they? Anemones look like human hands, waving and dancing in the ocean. They gather food and information from the currents and are extremely sensitive and vulnerable. Like anemones, humans are made aware of their own vulnerability through war, natural disasters, and dis-ease. This is very important as well with that word, dis-ease. It's when we are not at ease, it's when we know something is wrong. Dis-ease, right? Disassociation, disinformation, it's like a sign that something is not really right. So the card is asking you, with whatever is going on in the external world, stop for reflection. Rethink things with a cleaner, safer, and happier mind. Let us aim to bring all of this goodness into being with only pure intention from our hearts and our thoughts with love. Okay, so I think that's quite self-explanatory. But when I do a card reading with an individual, then I have a little chat with them at the beginning and the end to see where the words or where the images are more relevant. You can see this is kind of very warming, right? And there's a lot of kind of movement in it. So it's very much to do with kind of moving forward. Okay. And our final card today is the West, is in the West, which is about a deep purification, right? And releasing the old. So we have the Dancing Mermaid. This card is expressing a need for you to be with your family, friends, and loved ones. Isn't that true? We all need our friends and loved ones. But picture this beautiful mermaid dancing toward infinity, pink pearls sparkling, attracting a merman. So this is reminding you that actually a lot of people do see you as quite attractive and do see you as this sparkling person. So it's quite nice to acknowledge that within yourself. Don't hold back with that. Be yourself. Be your beautiful self. Be like the sparkling mermaid. Be like the dancing mermaid. Like the mermaid, you like to dance and have fun. She has purpose, style, and grace. And remember, you are very graceful and beautiful, and you can swim towards the rivers of paradise flowing through the waves. So that's a very positive message to finish on. Now, I thought I'd have time to do more, but I'm kind of running out of time because it's a bit of a longer video than I expected. So my name is Carina Coen. I am the creator of Mercarina Oracle Cards. They'll soon be available online, but you can, they're $23.99, and you get 33 Oracle cards, and you get 4 extra cards. 2 cards about myself and the creator, Isabel Britnell, and the other card about crystals and song lyrics, and the other card with the unicorn crest of a wave and the mission statement, the Mercarina wish to heal our oceans. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that reading, and I will be back with more readings. So love to you on your journey. Take care, love yourself, and love all around you.